Well, hello, everybody. Oh, let me turn off those captions there. All right. Welcome to the Prancing Pony Podcast Plays, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. Looking forward to this. Should be a lot of fun. I apologize for Tuesday. So, for those of you who are just joining the chat, I mean, there may not be a lot of you yet. So, I'll just catch you up. On Tuesday, I visited the dentist in order to get an old crown replaced. It was probably a 12, 13-year-old crown. They'd noticed it had a crack and they wanted to go ahead and replace it. So I had the appointment set and I go in and they go in to do the work and they do some x-rays and they see that my last remaining wisdom tooth was causing some significant problems. Creating pressure on the tooth in front of it. In fact, if it didn't come out right now, I was likely to need a root canal on the tooth in front of it. There was an abscess. It was just all sorts of problems. So I had an emergency extraction of my last remaining wisdom tooth, which coincides with an emergency extraction of my last remaining wisdom on Tuesday morning. So, that did sort of throw me for a loop. And if it had just been a crown, y'all would have seen me on Tuesday, would have been just fine. But unfortunately, it has been a difficult and painful week in that regard. I'm kind of tired of living on applesauce and mashed potatoes and scrambled eggs, but that's what I get for now. Hopefully that'll end soon. I have a follow-up on Monday and we'll see. In the meantime, just a little bit of tenderness, and I don't think my face is symmetrical today. It looks like I swallowed a walnut, or I'm burying one in the side of my cheek, but we'll live. And it's not like you listen to me because of my good looks. So, Nate poured my cruelty, my malice, and my will to dominate all life into that tooth. Yes, I did. It is my shoot. Now I've lost the word. What's the word in Harry Potter that the ring is sort of where you send part of your soul into it. I can't think of the word. Oh well, somebody's going to come up with it for me. Tells you how often I've watched or read any of those books. Horcrux. Thank you. I was like crux. Horcrux. Thank you, Katie. I appreciate that. Yeah. So that tooth was a Horcrux. It's been crushed because, of course, that's how it works. I love telling the story because there's nothing quite like the sound of listening to somebody demolish a tooth while it's still in your jaw, right? To hear them crunching it, like getting rid of bits of it so then they can grab it with some tongs and just kind of, I mean, it's just so much fun to hear that sound going through your entire skull. Yeah. So you're welcome. Anyway, the worst of it is over. And I am glad to be back. So again, thank you for your patience on Tuesday. We will get back to the lovely adventures of Hilburn the River Hobbit today shortly. And in the meantime, thank you. I see Nate and Chappie San. Obviously, Katie, thank you again for your help. It's always great to have you here. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the chat overlay as usual. We'll turn on the second camera. I'm going to shrink this window, move it over to the other side. No, my dentist does not ask me to quote Tolkien while they're working on me, mostly because when they're working on me, I can't say much of anything. But they do know I do a Tolkien podcast. That's a good question. Wah! Music's a little loud here. Hilburn is level 42 now. I wonder if I need to go and check if his gear needs to be upgraded. I should hop onto my crafting alts and see, because I think it's some of it's level 38, some of it's level 40. Thank you, Miriam. Yeah, I appreciate it. And thank you, Katie, for confirming the swelling's gone down a bit. I've been using an ice pack every day, probably, 10 minutes every hour for 5 hours every day. But all right, let's take a look real quick and see. We've got all sorts of blue gear, but item level 33. So some of these things probably should go. Yeah, see, we got item level 43 for the armor. So the armor is all good. It's level 40. It's item level 43. The bow, same thing. The dagger and the axe, same thing. But I think maybe these levels. Okay, so just maybe an earring, a necklace. Earring, necklace, and a ring. Kind of like that ring, though. The scratched ring of the fallen. I don't want to. Anyway, we'll do that another time. You don't need to watch me crafting things. But yeah, we'll go ahead and. Does he know the? He does, Katie. He knows the answer to life, universe, and everything. He just doesn't know the question because the question can't be known in the same universe. Welcome. Let's see who else has popped in while I've been starting here. We got Miriam, we got Erica. Welcome. All right. So let's take a look real quick and see what we have on our quest log here in the angle. We're supposed to meet up with Prestadir. Let's see, long memories. Meet up with Prestadir outside the ruins of Aetheldir, north of Tornhad. Okay, so that's up by Gairand. Then Mandan the Herb Master is over on that island. Helkon, lately sworn, is over to the south. We're going to go there first. And then the Armor Master has us looking all over because we need to get hides from wolves or wargs, lynxes, and evanks. So let's go ahead and first look for Helkon, lately sworn. We're going to set that as our quest guide focus. And that is off the road here, that direction, so to the east, and then we're going to take a road to the right and head up the hill. So in the meantime, let me make sure that my little bonuses like find the path are on, and let's get on our horse and ride. Taking a look over here at the chat. LotRO legend. Oh, Silent One, yes. Welcome all. Oh, nice. Good. I'm glad to see you're doing that, Nate. Just playing the game is a good thing. All right. So again, we're still here in the Angle of Mythaethel, which is just a fantastic little region to be in. Relatively new region. I think a lot of my characters haven't spent any time in here. Since wolves and wargs are some of the hides I need to get, then we're gonna look for them. I do only need one more from a lynx and only one more from an evank, but I do need 5 more from wolves or wargs. So obviously, every wolf between here and there is going to be a victim of my malice and hate. Let's see. Do I turn here? I do not turn here. I go up the road some more. Oh, hey, there's the last of the lynxes that I need to get. Hey, kitty, 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 kitty. Here, kitty, kitty. Yeah. My murder ginger hasn't tried to kill me today, by the way. Ooh, the Northern Barrow Downs. I remember the first time I got to the Barrow Downs, Nate, that was terrifying. Oh, man. I thought the Old Forest had scared me as a whatever level 11, but the very first time I got to the Barrow Downs, ooh, that was some scary stuff. Oh, weird. So apparently that lynx didn't count. Probably because I'm not in the right area. No, maybe. There we go. And that one did. All right. Mythaethel. It is a pretty name, isn't it? Another wolf. That way we can get the wolf hides. Interesting that we're not getting a lot of wolf hides from the wolves that we're killing. There we go. So feel free, folks, as usual, to drop questions into the chat. Katie will filter those onto our Discord chat so that I can answer them if I don't see them in the chat itself. And that is something I've been working on. One of my next little acquisitions is going to be a small little extra monitor that I can mount up here that I can just feed the chat onto. Oh, Marvelon. Marvelon's not the person I'm supposed to speak to, so this must be another quest. I am now Hilburn Tail Cleaver. All right. Wolf hide, so I've gotten that done. Oh, no, I haven't done that. Okay, enemies of the angle. Okay, so I've explored these places. Good, good. More stuff, more points. Great. Don't spend it all in, well, spend it all in one place. Don't spend it all on one thing. All right. Who are you and what do you need?
Might I take a moment of your time?
Oh, this guy. Just the adventurer for whom I was looking. How have been your travels in these wild lands with which I am well accustomed? Mine have been rather fruitless, I'm afraid. Till now, that is. I have journeyed hither and yon, and now my searching has revealed just who stole my precious talisman. The half-orcs, who reside now in the fortress of Thelgarth, atop this very hill. What's that? I did not mention half-orcs before now. I'm certain I did. You must have misunderstood me when I spoke of half of the foemen arrayed before me being orcs. An honest mistake, I forgive you. You've helped me so much to this point. I'm sure you want to finish this, my friend. Climb up, defeat as many half-orcs as it takes to find my lucky talisman. Very well. I shall do that only because it happens to be right near the other guy that I'm supposed to talk to, Helchan. Favorite place names in Middle-earth? Ooh, that's a very good question. Let me think of some. That's a good. Katie, you're not going to be out of a job just because I get a tiny monitor to help me keep up with chat. Besides, there are going to be days where you can't quite make it, and that's got to be okay, you know? I'm an evil manslayer of the angle. Does that mean I'm an evil manslayer or an evil manslayer? Defeated half orcs, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Let me think about that. That's some of the. It's going to be some of the prettiest names. There's so many. Fight alongside him at Helkoth. Okay, wow, hello. That was a bit of a surprise. I think I might need to make sure that going forward I have my, there we go, fire skills going here. I love how he says we are not alone. Darn right we're not alone. There's some orcs here. I changed levels, so it's going to give me the quest to do more stuff again. All right. Hollers in triumph and promises to meet you back outside of Tornhod. Okay. Which I will do after I've killed a few more half-orcs here. All right, let's see what we got. Half-orc sniper. Oh, there's a lot of half-orcs around here. It's nice to one-shot. Let's take care of these two. Moving pretty quickly here. I definitely want to think about the question, though, that you asked, Miriam. That's a good one, the idea of place names. It's part of the problem is my brain. I have a hard time processing multitasking, like, thinking about that while I'm playing this. So maybe after I finish the missions and I'm back doing easy stuff, I'll be like, oh, yeah. So, Ruffians. The ruffians don't count. I need half-orcs. So I shall do track foes. Passage of foes. So half-orc, bruiser, and sniper. This way, okay. There we go. There's two more. That should be easy. Let's go ahead and focus so that I can do rain of arrows and bring them down. Done. All right, so we're going to talk to Marvilan outside Thelgarth.
What do you need?
The necklace was given to me by some very important people. I cannot have lost it. All right, fine. I'm not a ranger. Merely wish I was as heroic and courageous. I'm but a humble traveler. Oh, how sad. So he really does sort of like a hanger-on, right? He wanted to be a ranger, but wasn't a ranger. And they gave him a talisman to keep the dream alive. He thought one of the brigands that attacked him might have taken it, but really just dropped it. He slumps to the ground. As he does so, something startles him. He rises once more. He reaches. It's just in his pocket. Oh, that's great. That's great. Okay. Let's go back down to Tornhad to talk to Helkan. Thank you for helping me with my patrol, Hillman. I know that Tiridan must put his duty above concern for glory, and that I will always do, but still I hunger for excitement. Am I wrong to hope that such greater adventures may lie just over the horizon? The Angle is my home, and it is dear to me, but I hope to range further afield. I told you of the hillside caves my friends and I explored as children. So he goes on and talks, and I will uphold my oath, but my small hope that doing so will bring me to distant lands I've never seen. He wants adventure. He is quite ready for another adventure. Are either of these rings worth keeping for me? Neither of them really boost agility, might, vitality, incoming healing, fate, vitality, and critical rating. So I'll just take that one and sell it. Okay. Now we need 2 more hides from wolves or wargs and 1 more from an Avank. Oh, I didn't even mean to shoot him, but, you know, that's all right. He's an oath breaker. He's an oath breaker, oath taker. Oath breaker, won't you? He's an oath breaker. All right, collected Avank letters. So I just need to collect 2 more hides from wolves. There's 1. I'm not even sure where I am on the map, by the way. Oh, wow. I'm way over someplace else. All right. Let's go ahead and bring the leather and hides to Angweth in Tornhad. And I get to choose either one of these earrings. Might, vitality, fate, crit rating, agility, vitality, fate, physical mastery, but less on all of those than I would want. All right. Well, that's fine. I'll take it and then sell it. Deed bestowed. Title awarded. I'm now hero of the Angle. I've earned kindred status with the Defenders of the Angle. So let's go talk to the quartermaster and see what cool stuff I can get. And we still have to find, Mandan and meet up with Prestadir before we move on with the epic. We'll go talk to Glowin. But let's go see what the quartermaster has for us. Then let me think about place names. I do love the other name of Rivendell, the Elvish name of Rivendell, Imladris. I do like the sound of that. I love the early name of Lothlorien, Loranand. The land of the Vale of the Gold, Lorelin, I should say. The land of the Vale of the Golden Singer, or the land of the, I don't remember now. The Golden Vale of the Singers, I think. Let's see. None of those are the quartermaster. There's the quartermaster. What are some? I love some of the other names for Numenor, like Andune. I'm always saddened by like a Kalabeth, meaning the Downfallen. I do love that its other name is Andor, given the current popularity of that TV show, meaning the land of gift. Question for me from Katie. What's something I would miss exploring in Middle-earth in the game, or a deep understanding I have about Middle-earth or Tolkien's writings I wouldn't have had if I'd never played the game? Ooh. And thank you, Miriam, the land of the Valley of Singing Gold. I do love that name. It's just gorgeous. Lorelin Doranen. I love the musicality of Tolkien's language. I mean, the first thing that comes to mind, Katie, on that is the ability to play through the stuff in the Barrow Downs through Cardolan and being able to experience that time frame in a way that the story wouldn't let us. So travel, we've already picked up the guide. What's the difference in oh no, guide is yeah, I've already have guide. What's the difference between return and guide? Oh, because return has a cooldown. I don't want that. Housing items, I can pick up these things. I did already pick up the themes, the Angle of Mythaethel themes, I think. Let me double check that in my shared storage. Yeah, I did. But I had not yet reached ally or kindred. So here I can pick up the brown marble wolf dog or the cinder hawk, or at kindred level, the tome of the light gray squirrel. Oh, I haven't yet reached kindred. I can't get that yet. Okay. So I am at this level, so I can get a nice little dog. Let's get a brown marble wolf dog. Sure, why not? So for those who have not played the game, one of the things that you can get in the game is cosmetic pets. And his name is Barkus, of course. So I have a dog who will follow me around. Hello, Barkus. Who's a good dog? Who's a good dog? But he won't do anything. He's just cosmetic. So I'm going to dismiss him for now. Goodbye. And get rid of the skill off my toolbar. I can always call that up from the collections panel. I will get the squirrel when I get to kindred level, if I get to kindred level. I don't know. There are no tasks to turn in that will help me with him, I don't think. Let's go ahead and go find long memories. So we're going to take a stable to Gairond and then go south to find Mandan. Talk about the difference between return to and guide to. That's a very good point. So return to is a generic skill that enables characters of all classes to return to a location, but it is a skill that requires a cooldown. So when you use it, you then have an hour before you can use another return to skill. Hunters and wardens both have additional skills that they can get. Hunters, it's called a guide. I don't remember what the warden skill is called, but those are with no cooldown. So as long as I achieve that same status as a hunter, I'm going to buy the guide rather than the return skill, because the guide skill will enable me to come back and then go pop off someplace else as well. Nate, do I have any tips on how to get cosmetic pets? Complete a lot of quests. A lot of them are rewards, or I should say are available to purchase using reputation tokens that you earn with the different reps. That's probably the easiest way. I mean, the easiest way is to buy them in the store, but not all of the good ones are available in the store. Mariners have sale too. I didn't know about Mariners. Muster, thank you, Katie. That is correct. That is, you can tell I clearly don't play a warden. I have a warden, and what's funny is that warden is like level 50 now, but he hasn't played anything since level 29 or 30. He's only gotten to level 50 because of crafting. He's my cook and my jeweler, so he's just gotten a ton of XP from that. So where is he? Oh, he's kind of on the other side of it. Okay, so we'll stay on the main road, and we'll catch up to him on the other side. What do wardens like in their hot dogs, Katie? Mustard. Yeah, last I checked, we were chasing a Nazgul, so it's been a little bit since you were here, Martin. Yeah, we actually found enough evidence of that Nazgul. Actually, we did find the Nazgul himself. He left. And we've gone off elsewhere. We're now trying to finish up some quests in the Angle, none of which are... Okay, fine. I don't need the platinum anymore. I've leveled up that skill, but my jeweler is always grateful for more platinum. And now our next quest on the epics will be in the Misty Mountains. But first, we're going to talk to Prestadir. Thank you for coming, Hilbin. The Dunedain have long protected folk who dwell on the edge of the wilderness, but we could not do so if our hearts were troubled. Our own families reside within the Angle of Mythaethel. That's another place name I love, by the way, Mythaethel. And if we are certain they live in safety, the obligation we have sworn is more readily performed. So it is that the Dunedain conduct patrols such as these on the outskirts of Mythaethel and on the approaches to Tornhad. In times of danger, the village can be evacuated, and we move our families to a number of caves in the outlying hills. It has happened more and more often in recent years, an unwelcome change every time, but necessary. It is a cause of sadness for the old-timers, and a pleasing lark for the children, but for me, it justifies our caution. What say you? Will you patrol these ruins with me? Yes, I will, which probably means I should get off my horse because I'm guessing that we're going to have to kill things. Katie, I don't apologize. Oh, it's going to be an instance. There we go. I am not as well versed in the history of this land as some of my folk, but I know enough to share some of it with you, Hilbin. 7 centuries into the Second Age, and this is what I love about this game. It does such a good job of incorporating the older histories. The great elf-smith Celebrimbor journeyed from Lindon to dwell in the holly forests at the foot of the Misty Mountains. That realm came to be known as Eregion, and it was the birthplace of many great works and treasures of craft. The heart of Celebrimbor's realm lay to the south of the Loudwater, but the elves drove out the trolls and hostile Amonadine in between. Do you know what Amonadine means? I didn't even, because that word is not something that Tolkien's ever used, Amonadine, but you know what Edine means, and you know what Amon means. Amon is hill, and Edine is men. Now, Edine is actually, yeah. I mean, I guess you could still go either way, but I don't know that I would use Edine because Edine typically was used only of the 3, houses of men that were the elf friends, but it can also be man, just generic man, in which case we're talking about the hostile hillmen in between, constructing outposts in the wooded hills on the border marches. The chief of these was this stronghold, Aetheldir, built to watch the crossings of the Horwell and to keep open the road to Lindon. The governance of the keep was given to Orenoril, a Noldor companion of Celebrimbor. She had served as a captain in the wars against Morgoth and was renowned for both her loyalty and her ferocity. All right. I do voiceovers for most of them, Nate. I do. All right. Here we go. Whatever this is, let's do it. Pulling up some focus. Of course, I'm going to lose all the focus by walking because I'm red line, not blue line. Okay, he's standing really uncomfortably still. He's just talking. This place has seen better days and worse. Oh, so this is a talking one. Revidron lived here when Aetheldir was young. Oh, Revidron, the talkative elf who finally left. His people have not resided in Aetheldir for many centuries. It is home now only to orcs, and to brigands, and to beasts. Are you ready? Oh, hello. Drop your coins on the ground and you might leave with your lives. I offer you the same choice, but keep your coins, we want them not. Wait. Get 'em, boys! And have a seat, brigand. Oh, there's more. Thank you, Miriam. That's very kind. Yeah, as long as I don't have to yawn or laugh really heartily, I'm okay. But yeah, my jaw is still a mess from Tuesday's surgical extraction. I don't recommend that. If you have to have a wisdom tooth out, just have them. This is the last. Oh, that is the last of them. Just have them put you to sleep and wake up with all 4 gone. Okay, travel now. I would not have begrudged them the shelter if they came by it honestly and turned not to robbery. But alas, it was not so. Prestadir gazes up at the sky, peering into the unknowable heights. It looks like rain, he says, and then returns his gaze to earth. You have heard of the War of the Elves in Sauron, Hilburn, in which the Dark Lord sought mastery over the works of Eregion. Celebrimbor perceived the designs of Sauron, but there was little time to prepare for the destruction that awaited the elves. The story of that war is a sad one, Hilburn. Yes, it is, and we got to do some of that in a different instance. The defenses of Eregion were overrun. Celebrimbor was captured and slain. Elrond fled with the survivors of Eregion and established a hidden haven in the mountains. Yes, I've been there. That was Imladris Hilburn, as you know. Oronoriel took charge of the remaining soldiers following the death of Celebrimbor. I love this. This is a full-blown story quest. I'm kind of surprised this isn't in the epic, but again, the angle is sort of an optional area, and so not everybody goes there. Only her great skill of command kept the defeat from becoming an inescapable bloodbath, and she ordered her people to retreat. At the Holland Ridge, she watched with horror as Sauron's forces marched behind the ghastly banner they had made of the once proud elfsmith. Yeah, Celebrimbor, the pincushion. That was awful. Knowing a similar fate awaited her if she was caught, Oronoriel devised a scheme to save what of her people she could. She chose a small force from her own household and tricked Sauron's army into pursuing them. On a grim chase, she led them across the Bruin and into the Angle, while the bulk of her kindred escaped by secret paths into the mountains, and then to Elrond's young refuge. Rhavidron was one of these, and he never forgot his last sight of Oronoriel's company disappearing over the ridge, pursued by Sauron's foot soldiers. This way, Hilbin. Yeah, I agree. Chappie Sand, the writers of this game deserve a reward. They are fantastic. They write very Tolkienian for sure. Watch your step. Carefully. Carefully, lest you fall off the ridge like you did in that little hobbit village, you idiot. Oh, the churning waters of the Horwell rush by far below. Look at that. Hard to see because it's night in the game. I mean, I really wish it was not night and raining because it is gorgeous with all the ruins on the skyline and the river beneath us. Oronoriel's company evaded the armies of the Dark Lord until they reached Etheldir. But when they arrived below the stronghold, they found the crossing of the Horwell already held against them. A brief siege followed, but the orcs far outnumbered the few elves that remained. The gates were broken, and the keep razed. One by one, the companions of Oronoriel perished, until only she and 3 others remained. Together, they performed one last act of defiance, fighting their way through the throng to Celebrimbor's body and prizing it from the clutches of the orcs. With her last dying strength, Oronoriel, now the last living elf in Etheldir, took up the smith's corpse and leapt from the precipice into the foaming waters of the Horwell. And so even in his victory, Sauron was robbed of his trophies, and his anger was without match. Furious that many of the Noldor had eluded him, and unable to find where they had fled, Sauron invaded Eriador from the Angle, intending to crush the realm of Lindon. Instead, he found the men of Numenor waiting for him, for they had answered the call of Gil-galad, and the combined forces of elves and men broke Sauron's strength. From whence came the final blow? Why, it came from Elrond and the folk of Imladris, for when their strength was recovered, they returned with a fire in their hearts, and Sauron could not stand against them. Defeated, it was his turn to flee. To Mordor he escaped. That was a good one. I liked that. That was good stuff. After the war, the elves searched both the Horwell and the Grey Flood for the remains of Oronoriel or Celebrimbor, but they found no sign of either. This precipice became a place of pilgrimage for many of the Noldor, particularly for those whose flight to Rivendell she had bought with her life. Rhavidron was one of these, Hilburn, and I know it is not easy for him to walk today in the Angle with such memories as these still fresh in his mind. Again, being reminded of elvish immortality, right? These memories fresh in his mind. This was Second Age, this is going to be some 4,000 years before this moment. Eregion remained desolate after the war of the elves and Sauron, its shattered halls crumbling with the passage of the years, becoming overgrown with grass and vine. But the stones remember what transpired, and so do those who were there. This is why I do not gainsay Revidron his choice to leave Middle-earth. If that is the peace he desires, I want him to have it. That was good. Thank you. Appreciate your kind words. Josh, has anyone ever nominated or is LotRO eligible for Tolkien Society Award? I suppose it should be eligible for best online content, right? I mean, one would think that's because the thing with that category is that it was originally best website. I don't know. That's a good question. I might nominate it next year for best online content. Though also next year the TTT will be eligible because there's a new rule now that you can't win. You're not even eligible to win if you've won less than 3 years before. And the PPP had won in 2022. So I think I wasn't eligible this year for the TTT, which was nominated but not on the short list because of my eligibility. So thank you again for hearing me out, Hilbin. I cannot begin to understand the burden that Revijon must feel when he walks in this land. I want him to depart these shores and find the peace his heart deserves. I hope you feel the same and will help him accomplish it. Let us return now to Tornhad. All right, we're going to go back to Tornhad. Actually, before we go back to Tornhad, why don't we go try to find Mandan, the herb master, huh? Yeah, it's, well, yeah, you'd have to vote for the TTT because it's your job. I'm kidding. No, you wouldn't. When the PPP was nominated, I didn't vote for it. And I wouldn't have asked anybody who worked for us to do that. Vote for who you want to vote for. All right, so I'm going to take this road down. It looks like, let me plan on this route real fast. Let's do a little map quest. I'm going to go down here, and it looks like there's a valley here. Maybe I'll probably come along this river and go through this gap. So yeah, we're going to go past the road and to the second. So it's the second river. That's where we're going to go. Yes, Jeremy the Great Dragon. Jeremy's good people. I'm glad that that the Tolkien Collector's Guide has also won for either best website or best online content, whatever that category used to be or is. All right, so is this already to the second river? It is. All right, so what we want to do then, it looks like, is cross over. Oh, we can't. There's a waterfall there. All right, so we want to go across, get back on our horse, go up, and then to the left. So we're going to try to find Mandalan Bay. Sorry, I've had to stay there for conferences before. So Mandan, the herb master. So let's see if maybe through this way is good. Hellos. Yep. The inspiration. Okay. Urulok. Ooh, a rich platinum deposit. My jeweler will be very happy. Uh-oh. Did I aggro somebody? I did. I aggroed a couple of them. Come on, Wolfie. Oh, I'm going to have to kill some people here. No, they stopped chasing me. Yeah, there is a break. There is a break. It's a big help to me. I once had a dream of being able to do it. Oh, I couldn't get through that way. Of actually trying to do it daily, 6 days a week, for, without a week off. That's just not possible. It turns out that writing those is a little more difficult than I once thought. By a little, I mean a lot. The TTT's a lot of fun, but it's a lot more. Oh, hello. Well, if you're going to kill my horse, you're going to die. I mean, really? What did you think was going to happen, Cat? I'm trying to not aggro these guys because I just don't want to waste the time. They're all, a little lower level, but I'm getting pretty close to the island that this dude is supposedly on. So something tells me I'll have to kill some guys. Supposedly on this island, right? There he is. Hello, Mandan. Searches for useful herbs to be made into salves. I am in no danger, Hilbin, but I am flattered that Mithrendan sent you to assist me with a collection of the herbal remedies I seek. Unless he sent you that he might be spared coming all this way himself. That was probably it. Well, you're here now. I've been looking to collect the substance that gives glowflies their luminescence, as well as some sharp reeds from the riverbank I can use to stir my various concoctions. Oh, I would also appreciate if you picked up some of the mushrooms that sprout in the damp alongside the river. I don't really need the mushrooms, but gather them all the same if you would. So I have to basically I have to kill 6 glowflies, I love the text, collect damp mushrooms even though Mandan doesn't want them, and then also collect 5 sharp reeds from the riverbank. So that means I'm going to have to kill some things and find some things. All right. Hello, glowfly. Giant creepy spider or creepy dragonfly, but firefly. All right, damp mushroom. Thank you, Catherine. Yeah, it is. I didn't intend it to be that way, but like much of what I do, Tolkien wise, I keep wanting to do it better than. Like I kind of have this perfectionist tendency, and I'm not saying it's perfect because it's not that at all, but it's one of those things where I keep feeling like I have to do better, and so I end up putting more time into it than I probably should. It was supposed to be an easy thing to do. It's become not that. Oh, hey, Pan. Good to see you. Collect damp mushrooms even though Mandan doesn't want them. I love that that's the text. All right. I don't need to kill the Avonks. I need to kill more of the glowflies. Okay, but there's actual rings here, which tells me... Huh. It's weird. Okay, one on the other side. There's another mushroom, which means I'm going to have to kill the Avonk. Oh, and I see some more sharp reeds. Okay, so I still need to... That's the last of the mushrooms, but I'll still need to get, after this glowfly, one more glowfly. There's 2 sharp reeds. Good, good, good. I'm almost done then. I thought this might be an easy one. I don't necessarily want to spend a lot of time on what is clearly a relatively unimportant side quest. Oh, shoot. I'm not standing in water deep enough to fire, or shallow enough to fire my bow. Come on. Kill him. Thank you. Hilburn. Oh, good. More reeds. In fact, all the reeds I need. And there's a glowfly, conveniently enough. See, that's the thing about this game. It does make you do a lot of silly fetch quests and things, but at least most of the time, things are right there. Okay, now go back to Mandan. And thank you, Katie. Yes, please do like the stream. That helps us out quite a bit. You brought me everything for which I asked. Good. Even the mushrooms. Mandan inspects the underside of the mushroom caps and points out the scarlet ribbons that lance outward from the gills. Some of the animals that forage along the riverbanks chew the caps while they forage for food, but these are quite inedible. I like to remove any of this variety that I see to keep the beasts from getting sick. Thank you for helping me collect them, though I have no use for them. But these other items will be of use to me and to the Dunedain. If you see Mithrendan before I do, tell him I was fine and had everything handled. Surely he has other things about which he can worry. All right. We're going to go talk to Mithrendan. And then while we're in Tornhad, not Tornhad, we'll speak to Revidron before we'll head off to the Misty Mountains. Katie raised an interesting question. Have I ever considered turning the PPP into a group that travels the world doing Tolkien-related good deeds with our PPP branded safety vests? I have not considered that. uh, I have considered like what does it look like when the show is over, because there will be an end at some point. Mandan is safe. Thank you for checking on him, Hilburn. I expect it is true for every community, but especially so for the Dunedain. We may argue from time to time, and we may not always get along, but we share the same purpose. We care deeply for each other. For all his prickly exterior, Mandan has a bigger heart than many I have known. He hides it well. There is nothing he would not sacrifice to help those who have need. Thank you again. All right, and Revidron is back in town, it looks like. Yeah, I can see eventually like some sort of PPP event. What was tongue in cheek? Oh, the ending of the show. When the show ends, we riot. All right, Revidron.
What do you need?
Welcome back, Hilburn. While you and Prestidir were gone, I received assurances from the others of his folk that they will keep out a watchful eye for the Stagshorns when I'm gone. So that is all right. Actually, it's probably Stag's Horns. No, it's Stagshorns. All right. What did you and he speak about while you were away?
Stay a moment.
Ooh, more stuff. More stuff. Yes, Prestidir spoke true. This land holds many unhappy memories for me. It was many years before I walked these hills again, and my friends among the stores eased those hurts somewhat. But they did not long stay here. And we know that they didn't, right? The ancestors to the stores, here called the stores, left the Angle. Many of them went back over the Misty Mountains and became the river folk from which Gollum was descended. When they departed, I did too, and wished not to return. Only the wish of Elrond or his sons could bring me back to Mithaethel, and so it was. I found no sign of the Black Riders they sought, but I did befriend Maddock and Glennis Stagshorn, and that friendship was a bright memory, unlike those I have of Sauron's war upon the elves. I hope I have not damaged its foundation. But that has given me an idea, Hilburn. The Stagshorns have lived in the Angle for most of their years, but they have not the long lives of the Eldar. This has always been a land of beauty for them, unmarred by the memory of war. I will give to them a gift, a painted landscape of Mithaethel, and that will repair the hurts done by our quarrel. I have not forgotten the lessons of Wenna, the painterly store I once knew in Glyndifon. We will fashion the pigments I need from natural materials found throughout Mithaethel, and so will the painting be made of the landscape it represents. This is going to work, Hilburn. Can I ask you to help me collect the soft stones I will need to make these paints? You will find them alongside riverbanks throughout the Angle. I will meet you outside Thelgarth when we have enough, for I believe from that high place I will find a vista worth painting. Sounds like an interesting quest. Oh, virtue cap has reached because I've... Okay, so now it means I just need to pick a different one. So let's try. Somehow I've earned all the way up. I've forgotten to change it, so I've got a ton of valor. I'm level 21, which is my max, whereas like wit, confidence, determination, and compassion are all like 2, 2, 2, and 4. So which one gives me the most agility? That's finesse, crit, physical mastery, tactical. There we go. Let's take determination next. All right. In the meantime, let me check the chat real fast. Closest we get to Finrod in the game. Miriam, of course. Yeah. No mention of painting in the Legendarium, but certainly we know Tolkien was a gifted artist himself. All right, so we're supposed to find red pigment stones, gray and yellow pigment stones, and it looks like... Sorry. It looks like those are the locations that we're going to find them. All right. Well then, let us away. Some of these might be right here in town, pretty much. There's some red pigment stones and yellow pigment stones and gray pigment stones. I'm kind of excited to see what he paints. Though I hope by then it's daylight. Okay. So along the river, but of course there's a hill there, so we've got to go up and over. Oh, do we get to keep the painting, Katie? I better sell the item at the end of this. Yeah. My guess is we get to put that painting in our own homes. I'm glad I ended up in the angle. These are some really nice quests. They're well written. I love this thread of an elf who's befriended the humans. Let's get on the horse again here. Okay, it looks like a lot of people are saying this is a great one, so I'm super glad I did this. Katie, I recall you telling me, oh, hey, there's another quest. Probably too low level, but we'll see. Oh, maybe not. Do not worry about me. 'Tis a minor wound, nothing more. One of my fellow rangers is seeking a healer. Do you see that cliff to the southeast? An unfamiliar campsite. I left it alone. Okay, sure, why not? Because, you know, where is it? Oh, it's right across the hill. Okay. Yeah, we'll have to come back to that. But I want to try to get kindred. I don't get kindred with very many um with very many what do we call it? Not groups. My brain is stuck because I can't multitask. I'm looking for the pigment. There, the pigment stones. Factions. Factions is the word. Thank you, Katie. I just thought of it, and then I looked over at chat, and like, there it is, factions. Yeah. I don't reach kindred with very many. All right. I'm going to hit that rich Torfire deposit because, hey, it's a rich one. I can't say no. But for those who've been following along and know my tendency to stop at every single crafting node, every single resource node, I did, in order to avoid making that a problem, level up my prospecting and forestry skill on Hilburn here in order to avoid that becoming a distraction. He's now leveled up through. Oh, well, hello, Glowfly. You're buzzing at me. He threatens to attack. Well, if you're going to threaten to attack, just do it, man. Just do it. All right. Suspicious signs there. Beauty of the land. Hold on. Oh, okay. So there's more up there. Okay. Places in the game you find creepier than the old forest of the Barrow. The thing about those two places that make them so creepy is that they happen early in the game, and you're more, I think, more susceptible to things that are scary, right? What I will say about the later scary, creepy stuff, like all of Mordor, is that it's creepy for a different reason. I find Minas Ithil probably, or Minas Morgul, probably the creepiest place in the game. It is just horrifying on 100 levels, and just about literally 100 levels, because it feels like the city goes on forever. So I would say that might be one that I find even more creepy than the Barrow Downs. But it's different because by that point you feel a little more familiar with the game. You're familiar with the mechanics, and you're familiar with your character and how to play that character. Where is the? Oh, there's some more. But where's this creepy find the suspicious campsite thing? There it is. Campsite has been abandoned. Investigate the campfire. Dirt covers parts of the campfire as if someone hastily tried to bury it. Yeah. Half of Mirkwood for sure. Suspicious footprints. Yeah. Angmar. Angmar just is annoying as heck. Twig snaps behind you. Dunlending spy. Okay. So we'll talk to Legodadel, but not until after we've gotten the pigments that are down here, which I saw. There we go. Yellow pigment stones. Yeah, half of Mirkwood too. There's no doubt. Definitely creepier places. It's just that by then you're more familiar with the game, so they become a little less creepy and just a lot more really annoying. Okay, bring the pigment stones to Revideron. Talk to Lagodal. So let's go talk to Lagodal. Too close to me. Of course he is. Because he's right over here. There he is. A Dunlending ambushed you. Then I was right to be wary, for they are a hateful people who will stop at nothing to hinder us. We're stretched thin enough as it is. The last thing we needed was for Saruman to turn his gaze towards the angle. Had Dunlending acted alone, Zamosh might not have had anything to do with the campsite. All right, so now he tells me how he got injured. He'd been tasked with checking out this cave. It wasn't empty. The cave's new occupants decided to greet him with an arrow. I was an adventurer like you until I took an arrow to the knee. Believe these people are not to be trusted. Find out why they're here. Be careful when you go. You'll find the cave to the northwest on the other side of the hill. No secrets in the angle if I have anything to say about it. Well, first of all, I'm being surrounded by Oathbreakers and Avanx. Wistmead. I don't think I have been to Wistmead. All right. Okay, it's over there. Let's go find it. Let's go check it out before we go back to the guy to do the painting. It's kind of up there on that hillside. All right. Ooh, a rich platinum deposit. My 8 chunks of platinum ore so far. My jeweler will be very happy. He'll be able to make, now 13, he'll be able to make 6 ingots. It's enough for one good solid earring for a mid-40s level character. Yeah, the old forest will kill you pretty quick if you... Kraben spy. Oh, he must have spotted me. Oh, they both did. Wonderful. Oh, who's this? Hunters, relic hunters. Okay. Maybe that's who's going to be in the cave. Wherever it is, we're not far from it. That's for sure. Traps, pinning shot, and a distracting shot. You? I'm stunned. Carlad? Who's Carlad? First of all, I got a title, Scout of the Angle. I completed looking at all the various sites and things. And I've gotten 15 points for that one, so it's a higher level achievement. I don't know who you are, Darkwing Spy, but we should probably kill you. All right. Stay your hand, I mean no harm. I saw what you did earlier at that campsite. You defeated that spy faster than I could get there. But you're no Ranger of the North. What purpose do you have in the angle? You tell the stranger about how you're investigating the presence of unsavory folks in the angle. Indeed. Then I believe we may share a common goal. I'm Cariad. I'll spare you the details, but I've spotted numerous Kraben spies belonging to the White Hand in the wilderness northeast of here. Why don't you help me defeat a few of them? I promise I'll answer your questions afterwards. I'm no fool. I don't quite trust you yet. Consider it a wager. All right, well. So I got to go kill some Kraben spies. Now it's becoming a little annoying. But, you know, you do what you got to do. If it'll help me get the kindred status here, I'll be grateful for that. Relic Hunter. Well, I'll kill you anyway because you're in the way. Yeah, the in-game map, definitely. Oh, hey, another Relic Hunter. Why can't it just all be Kraben spies? Because that's really what I'm supposed to kill, is just Kraben spies. Wow. It's what we call a target-rich environment, Mav. I mean, those red dots on the map make it pretty clear this is a densely packed area. I don't necessarily need to kill all the relic snatchers, but they're going to be in my way. Ooh, an ancient silver deposit. My jeweler's even happier about those. Another campsite, but nothing to do with it. Oh, and then a Kraben spy, of course. You'd be pulling as many as you could. It's true, you would. I'm only trying to move quickly through the thing, though. See, would I be playing that differently if I were, just playing? Yes, I probably would. I would just draw a bunch, but I'm trying to move quickly because I would like to actually at least maybe wrap up by getting to Gimli, or to Gloin, I should say. All right, so let's see. Oops, no, not Passage of Foes, Passage of Nature. Where is the Kraben spy? He's right up here. There he is. Come on, are there more? Darkwing spy I don't think counts. Nope. Another platinum deposit. Press X to tout. Morning in the Angle. Let's do Passage of Nature again and see if we can find the Kraben. There's one. Quite a ways away. I also have a ring quest. Okay, he's got to be in here somewhere. You see one? There it is. I thought I saw it because for some reason, they're yellow. They're level 44. Okay, now we're going to talk to Keryad. Okay, the campsite you investigated was ours. My clan has avoided Saruman's spies, but they know we must be close. If the Rangers have noticed us, then someone will find us. I'd like for this to happen on my people's terms. Am I right to assume the Rangers consider you a friend? Perhaps you could help me then. We'd stand a better chance against Saruman with the Rangers' help. I am hesitant to approach them alone, but with you, this mad plan of mine might be feasible. I should introduce you to Airless. She has led our people out of Dunland with her wisdom and cunning. No doubt she'll have her own thoughts about this. All right. And I can choose one of these. Both have crit rating boosts. Both a physical mit, vitality, and tactical mit. Fate, vitality, and finesse. I guess that's better, but yeah. All right. Oh, that's for when I finish this. Okay. Is it going to be an instance? Solo instance cannot be completed in a fellowship. Here we go. Dunlandings. We even get the Dunlandish music, don't we? Did you hear that? I'm sorry you had to disarm before entering. My people don't trust you. And if I'm being honest, you ought to prove yourself to me a bit more before I can fully trust you. I hope you understand. Don't worry. No harm will come to you as long as you don't do anything rash. You have my word. All right. Devoidiad! If it weren't for Cariad's request, I would not be meeting with you. Why have you come? A ranger asked them to investigate unsavory folks from the south. Ah, yes, the one who ignored our warnings and received an arrow for his troubles. What did he mean by unsavory folks? Saruman's spies or us? Would he bother telling us apart? I understand, but I watched Tilburn defeat several of Saruman's Krebine. So now you expect their friends to help us too? That is folly. The Rangers won't give up their resources, especially during war. Need I remind you that their ancestors stole this land from us? Can't argue. Ellis, there's a woman watching the cave entrance. We don't recognize her. Then she's a spy. Devodiad, why don't you try defeating her? Don't worry, Hilbin. You'll get your weapons back. All right, confront the spy outside, I guess. Let's go do the thing. That Dunlending's name is Love. Didn't know that. That's interesting. That's cool. Igrain? Oh. Better set a trap. Come on. I hunt the Quanluth, not you. Leave now. No, I'm not going to leave now. I gave you a chance. So did I. Come on. Bring it. Bring it. Pinning shot. Swift bow. Trap, trap. There we go. That's what I thought. Run away. I surrender. Please, I don't want to die. It's a rather glaring flaw for a spy of Saruman, don't you think? I didn't have much of a choice to begin with. Do you really wish to be a pawn for someone so uncaring of your survival? No. Then you won't die by my hand today. Do others know of our location? I was the only one, but I kept written reports in Thelgarth. Cariad, find and destroy those reports. Yes, but will you not reconsider asking the Rangers? I refuse to beg. You, Devodiad, leave my people be. Why can Airless not see that the odds are stacked against us? Her stubbornness will be the death of her one day. Forgive me, that was an ugly thing to say. She wants the best for us, but she can be rather short-sighted during the worst of times. This is a really interesting little mini, side thing. My clan may not trust you, but you've been a staunch ally thus far. Come to me with Thelgarth? Thelgarth harbors those loyal to Saruman. It's been too risky for us to enter, but I've often kept an eye on it from afar. You'll find it if you venture south. I'll meet you there. Let's find the spy's base and destroy those reports quickly. All right. So that, tying up loose ends, is also... Oh, it's Thelgarth. It's where I was before. So I'll pop over there first to see Revidron. And then I'll be right next to it.
What do you need?
These are perfect, my friend. I will grind them up in the right quantities to make just the shades I need to capture the landscape of Mythaethel. I have chosen a good location to paint, Hilbin. It is just to the east of Thelgarth, below the hill on which the ruins stand. Find the location chosen by Revidron. Okay, that's behind me, so let's do the spy's base first. Which is pretty much where I'm at. Okay, but I need to get into it and through it. Okay, so lots of fighting is what I'm seeing here. Lots and lots of fighting. Shouldn't be a problem. Should be able to get through it quite quickly. The Dunlendings are a very interesting aspect of the storyline, and once again, a reminder that when you study the other works of Tolkien, you get to learn so much more. I'm thinking of the Tale of Tal Elmar. He's not in my line of sight. Is he in my line of sight now? No? I'm going to have to go up and actually clobber him. Okay, so I need to go through here and to the left. Yeah, so up and through here is where I need to go. But in the meantime, kill as many of these guys as I can, of course. Get some focus. Oh, I didn't mean to. Oh, well. I was going to rain of arrows them, but unfortunately I'd already. Okay, so where is this location? Oh, it's more forward and then to the left. Okay. Oh. It's the problem with these densely populated areas. You're constantly aggroing people. Or critters or undead or whatever you happen to be dealing with. Ah, the Gloom Glens. This is the one then to the left. Yeah. Yep, I'm almost to where I'm going to meet. Tying up loose ends should be in here. There's Cariad. I've been studying the reports. They're very detailed. It seems that spy had been tracking us for a while. My clan clearly made it easier for her to do her work. How can we know for sure that no one else has spotted us? We can't deal with every spy we come across. Please, destroy the reports first. We'll talk afterwards. What, did Cariad not have, like, a lighter with him? I mean, I can't see a path to survival without the Rangers' help. Make no mistake, my people are strong, but we are powerless. The Rangers wield power, enough to put up a fight against the power of Saruman. When we hunted down Saruman's Krebine, I took a risk to see if I'd misplaced my faith in you. It's time to make another gamble. If we want the Rangers' help, we have to tell them why the wizard spies have come. I'll need you by my side for this. If I go alone, they'll see me as a Dunlending and nothing else. But if they see you as well, they might be more convinced of my peaceful intentions. I'll go on ahead. I'll be waiting for you on this side of the river outside Tornhard. Should something happen to me, tell Erlis and don't worry. Like I said, my people are strong and so am I. I've suffered much worse. All right, so first, let's do Beauty of the Land. So that means getting out of here somehow and finding my way over that direction. So let's just rain of arrows these guys, and we'll keep moving. Yeah, there's a lot of nuance in game, actually. Whole lot of nuance. I need to get out, not further into the buildings.
Oh.
Okay, and now we'll head out to Revydron. There he is. Oh no, that's not him. That is him, but it's not the spot he meant. I wonder if that means I get to fall someplace. All right. Yeah, it means I get to fall. Here we go. Let's see if we can fall without breaking. Oh, maybe. I may have been able to fall without breaking anything there. Nope. No such luck. All right. Oh, there he is. Hey, it's Bob Ross. I'm Revidron, doing a painting.
What do you need?
Is this not a lovely spot? Oh, it is. I envy those who can stride between these rivers and see only the beauty of the land, and not the war-wrought scars I have seen here. It will be my challenge to paint the view I see, and not the view I remember. But I will let my brush lead the dance, and see where it takes me. Several of the Dunedain have agreed to keep watch, so I will not be disturbed while I paint. Demur is just to the southwest, if you would like to help as well. I know he would appreciate the company, and I have learned in this short time that you are a hunter of no small skill. All right, how far away is... Oh, not far at all. We'll just kill this moorstalker while we're... Happy little trees. Alan, question, what's the most egregious thing LotRO does concerning Tolkien's works? Ooh, I'm trying to remember if I've ever been, like, deeply offended. That's a good question. I'll have to think about that. Yeah. Hail, Hilburn, let us prevent any curious threats or dangerous foes. All right, so we're going to prepare yourself, my friend. Nothing gets by us. More of them. Not anymore. Talk to Revidron. Ha-ha! All right.
How can I be of service?
It is coming along, Hilburn, but I'm not yet finished. Brungos could use your assistance. He's just to the northeast. I see how this goes. I'm familiar with this format. There'll probably be a third one to help as well. But that's okay. I'm really enjoying this. This is a nice little branch of missions. And I like the writing here. This has been really good stuff. All right, let me get my focus up and let me get a trap, since undoubtedly we're going to have some close combat here. From here, I record the blah, 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 let neither beast nor foe. Here we go. Oh, wow. He's over there fighting one bird while I'm killing 3 wolves and an orc. Make it 5. This is crazy. Come on, man. Not really carrying your weight, are you? All right. What am I seeing here? What am I missing? Caleb, dear. Okay, hold on. Now I got to scroll back up in the chat. Because what did I miss here? Did someone tell me about the upcoming Hunter revamp? No. No. No more traps? Oh, look at that painting. That's a pretty one. I'm liking that painting. All right, Revidron. I have finished my work. I dare not attempt any further strokes, for I fear my painting shall resist any further improvement. Were I to continue, I would risk spoiling it all.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
Yes, this is sure to banish the memory of our quarrel. Furthermore, with the word of the Dunedain, that they will continue to make safe these lands, I can depart for the Grey Havens with an unclouded heart. But first, I will deliver my gift. I'll meet you at Fernbreak Cot. All right, what just happened? I may now be known as Hilburn Kin of the Defenders of the Angle. I have achieved the kindred status. Kin of the defenders of the angle. Deed completed. Reputation changed. Now I can go get that squirrel. We all love squirrels. Find Cariat. Oh, these don't have mithril ones. I've got to actually do it. Yeah, I got the painting here. Let's get the painting as up close as we can. There we go. That's as close as I can get. It's very painterly. I love his style. Yeah, the leaves do look different. It's good stuff. All right. Unfortunately, we don't have mithril coins to talk to Cariat outside Tornhad or to talk to, what's his name, at the cottage. So I'm going to use my return skill. Not the return skill, but the guide skill, which I don't have in my... Should have in here, right? Return to Cardland, return. I want a guide. Guide to... Don't I have a guide? To Tornhad. There we go. It's just not on my... Somehow it's not on my travel list. All right, we'll use that, and we'll go chat with Niggle, my favorite. I've been so enjoying reading that on today's Tolkien Times. For those who watch the show, it's been what I've been doing my Patreon bonus episodes on for the last several weeks. And it has been absolutely wonderful. All right. So just across the river. Oh, wait. First, let's get the squirrel, because everybody wants a squirrel.
Can I help you with something?
Tome of the Light Gray Squirrel. We'll add that skill. His name is Nuts. Look at him. Look at him. His name is Nuts. He's a light gray squirrel, and I lost him. There he is. His name is Nuts. He'll follow me wherever I go. See? Follows me. All right. We're going to get on a horse. We're going to go across, and then at the crossroads on the other side of the river, hang a sharp left. Falorn being completely ignored because I don't need his quest to get kindred status. We're going to meet Cariat out here and see if we can't convince the rangers to help them. Halt, Hilbin. What is the meaning of this? Why does this Dunlending claim to know you? Has it not occurred to you that these people have tried to manipulate you? They and the rest of their kin have fallen to the lies of Saruman. Now they run amok in the angle. I am sorry. You must have meant well, but I cannot trust this man. Leave him here, so that I may question him. Talk to Airless. Now, where is Airless? Oh, she's not close by, so we're going to port over to her. And Nuts is still following me. All right, I'll get rid of him. Airless. The arrogance of these rangers knows no bounds. No one captures a member of the Quanluth and lives to tell the tale. I'll tear apart Tornhad myself to release Cariad. You're coming with me. Igraine, too. It's time to test you both and see where your alliances truly lie. Well, I'm not going to fight the rangers. Instance at a crossroads. Talk to Airless. There she is. I may not trust them, but I'd like to do this with minimal bloodshed if possible. Well, there's Lagardal right there. I recognize the woman with them. A spy like me. Let's observe. Do not leave this area lest they see us. This man is one of the fugitives you're looking for, yes? I can direct you to the rest. If you take them and leave, I'll let you go peacefully. Why would a ranger like you help me? Do not mistake this for me helping you. The Dunedain have enough worries to tend to. These fugitives are just one more problem to be solved. Wait, who's there? There's no use hiding from me. Show yourself. Fine. I am here. Hello, I'm right here. Look at me. Igraine, why are you... There are other ways to survive. Saruman cares not for us. I have chosen my side. Choose yours wisely. Just to have enemies on both sides of this war? No, that's not a life I want. Was this a trap, Ranger? Was I a fool to believe you? I did not intend for this to happen, I swear it. Then prove it now. My life for the White Hand. Lagardal is attacking me? What the heck? Oh no, Lagardal is attacking the Dunlending spy. Okay. Wow, that was a harder battle than I thought. Oh, somebody is attacking me. It's Lagardal. What the heck, dude? Okay, he's retreating. I didn't have to kill a ranger. Thank goodness. That wasn't something I was expecting. Hello, Alina. Never. I was trying to maintain what little peace we had. But you've ruined it. Saruman will continue to harry us. What power do we hold against the wizard? Hilburn, untie Cariad's bonds. So I become kindred of the angle, only to then almost kill one of their rangers. There's a long road ahead with many hurts to mend first. You understand now. Peace is not easy. What is the meaning of this? These Dunlendings intend to kill me. Tell them the truth, Hilburn. They clearly do not trust us. I must confess, if it were not for your presence, I would have thought the Dunlendings were here for vengeance. These accusations against Lagardal are grave. To see one of our own so readily aid the White Wizard's spies, it is distressing, to say the least. We'll take Lagardal and question him. No, we know he is guilty. That is all we need. But listen, Devodiad, every single last one of you. Long did our ancestors dwell in the angle before yours came with blades and a hunger to conquer. You cannot push us out any longer. We shall stay. The Quanluth will never see Saruman as an ally, but neither will we offer you aid. I cannot deny your words. Do what you wish with Lagardal then. His fate is no longer ours. Well, that's brutal, but he did help Saruman's spies, so... Okay. And now you know what befalls those who dare to endanger my people. We're done here, Hilburn. Wow. Well, that was rough. That was rough. I didn't expect a ranger to... Oh. You could have brought about the end of the Quanluth, but you tried to help. I can see the value in that. Whatever the rangers decide to do doesn't matter. In time, we shall carve out a more permanent home here, with or without their help. And none of the gear is useful for me. Okay. So now we're going to use that guide skill again, by the way. Notice no cooldown, so I'm able to pop back over. If I'd used the return skill, that would still be on cooldown for another 57 minutes. And then from Tornhad, I will use a horse to get to Tom Lumerin, and then I'll just go back across the bridge and over to the cot. And then we'll be done. I think. No, I didn't just get killed. Thank goodness. What's his name? The Lagardal. Lagardal just got killed. All right. We're going to Tom Lumerin. I didn't see this earlier, but Nate, absolutely. They need to hire Miriam for the in-game paintings. Can I just tell you all, it's time to buy your next book? If you haven't bought this book yet, you should buy this book, The Art of Mercy. This is a fantastic book filled with beautiful art, and more than that, with like explanations and stories behind every piece. Like every one of them, you've got the paintings on the right side and text on the left that explains it. So this is Miriam's fantastic book. I was absolutely thrilled when it came in the mail the other day, and I highly recommend it. All right. Meet up with Provider on outside Fernbreak Cot. So we just need to go back out. Get on our horse and head over there. You're welcome, Miriam. It's absolutely fantastic book. Oh, that's not the way we want to get out of here. Almost went right down the river. This is the way we want to go. And we ended up wanting to go down there, but not the hard way. I mean, we don't mind going down like this. Because if I do it right, I even do it without injury. There we go. And there is Fernbreak Cot. Oh, come on. Really? I've got a tender moment here, and this cat wants to. All right. Oh, I love it. Look at that. He's presented with this glorious painting, which once again we get another look at. Maddock has something to say. Yes, this is quite lovely. I've given Revidron our thanks for it. Maddock lowers his voice and speaks to you in hushed tones. Do your people react to sadness as strangely as elves seem to do, Hilbert? We will miss you, we tell him, and he paints a picture of trees and hills. I don't understand it.
What can I do for you?
I hope you will forgive my not waiting for you, Hilburn, but I was quite eager to present my gifts to them. In fact, I was in such a hurry that I spared only the very briefest of greetings for the ranger, Ithrian, who I passed on the way here. She was collecting herbs for the Dunedain. I'm sorry, for those of you from the UK. She was collecting herbs for the Dunedain, and I promised her I would help her with that task once my own was finished. Could I ask you to find her and apologize for my haste, and perhaps defeat any dangerous beasts you might find nearby? Okay, well, that should be easy because Glyndifon is just up the road. And all I need to do is kill, like, this Moor Stalker who's going to kill me if he gets a chance. Does the chicken count as a beast of the angle? No, it did not. I'm a terrible person. What are you going to do with me? All right. There's got to be one more. There we go. A wolf. Kill one more critter. And then go talk to somebody standing up here. This would be the Ranger Ithrian. Oh, down here. There we go. Hello, Ithrian. Greetings to you, Helbin. Revidron sent you to help me. He has a great deal on his mind. Okay, we got to find 5 wild herbs. Trying to just kind of move along here, really. This is nice, but I want to see this quest finished. No, I don't think he has added it. It's such a recent addition. But thank you. I'll need to make sure he does. Katie, if you could shoot me an email on that, I will send him a link and have him add that to our library. Wild herbs. Bring the wild herbs to Revidron. Oh, these are the herbs Ithrian needs. I was collecting entirely the wrong sort. Well, now I know the ones she seeks. I shall have more. More. Revidron trails off, staring to the east. No! They've thrown away his painting? The hell kind of... absolute ingrates are you? Can you at least wait until he's gone? I don't understand, Hilbin. Why have the Stagshorns discarded my painting? Did they not like the gift I made for them? This is very hurtful. Was I upset by our quarrel? This stings tenfold that. It makes me question our friendship entire. Do they not understand that I must leave this land? But despite my certainty of that choice, the leaving is still difficult? But how could they know that? They have not had the experience of the Eldar, or faced such things as I have. Their sorrows may be shorter lived than my own, but they are no less deeply felt. I think I've realized something, Herbin. My gift was well-intentioned, but it did nothing to address the permanence of my choice, or to soothe the wound it could cause. I sought an easy remedy, but no such remedy exists, or ever has. I have another idea, Hilbin, and I need your help. Again. I want to make things right. Let us see if the Rangers will help us once again. Instance time. Hymenior. Did Revidron tell you how long this would take? Because he gave me no indication. This is not the only task I've set before me today. Let us hope this takes minutes and not hours. Wargs! Oh, including the Warg pack leader. Who's dead? Still holding up, Hilbin. Are there more? That was the pack leader. So, orcs. Okay, great. I've completed my task, Hymenior, and I thank you both for protecting me. Next destination is Fernbreak Cot. Quite a few things. Oh, for some reason. Serves him right for making fun of Lil's DPS all the time he's on Hologram? Wow. Weather the storm of their displeasure with Revidron. Helbin, what is it? You've come back with Revidron. I will give that elf a piece of my mind. He's in for it now. My friends, if you will hear my words. No, you listen to me, Revidron. We are not so long-lived as you, but we are not children. We do not befriend you, so we would be made safe in the angle. If anything, you have set an example of danger for Bran. Aye, that's true, and I would have it no other way. We did not want paintings or gifts. It is you that we will miss, Revidron. Well, now I want to make her sound a little nicer than that. We cannot pretend to understand what you have endured, my friend. But we will not try to make you stay. Well, I have made you another painting. I'm sorry, that's hilarious. Another? You must be joking. You must be the most thick-headed of all your people. I think he might be, actually. Come with me, my friends. Chappie Sand. I don't want a painting. I want a shrubbery with a nice little path down the middle. My first gift to you is just a painting, but this one is something more. It reflects what I will truly miss. Quiet afternoons in Fernbreak Cot with my dearest friends. Keep it or not, but the memory of those days brings a smile to my face. Perhaps it will do the same for you? It is beautiful, Providron. You've outdone yourself, my friend. I liked the other one better. I jest. She'll hang by the fireplace in Fernbreak Cot from now on, Providron. It will brighten the room for all who look upon it, and warm their hearts. Thank you, my friends. And my thanks go to Hilburn and the Rangers of Tornhad as well. I could have painted nothing of worth while under threat from Orc and Warg. Wait, Orcs? Wargs? You should have painted those. That's my Bran. That was nice. That was satisfying.
What do you mean?
I thank you once again, Hilburn, for helping me to learn what I might have learned long ago. As happiness is a part of the world, so too is sadness. Seeking to avoid it can delay the pain, but it does not destroy it. There should be no shame in tears, for not all tears are an evil. I will travel to the Grey Havens with my own sadness, and I will bear it over the sea, but so too will I bring my memories of the happy times. I will not weigh one against the other, but carry both. And in years to come, perhaps Maddock and Glennis and young Bran will look upon this second painting, and there will be days they wish to cry, and there will be days they think to smile. It may have been among the last friendships I made in this Middle-earth, Hilburn, but it will be a lasting one, and so too will mine with you. Providron laughs, a brighter and more contented sound than you have yet heard from the elf. The Stagshorns have invited you inside to see where they will set the painting, my friend, and now I say goodbye. Well, see where the Providron's second painting hangs proudly in Fernbreak Cot. I always believed elves were supposed to be wiser than the rest of us, Hilburn. But then my wife and I met Providron. He is dear to us, and we will cherish the time we spent with him, but I tell you truly that sometimes he could be more maddening than our Bran was when he was just a baby. Folk are complicated, I suppose, and in that at least the elves are the same as the rest of us. Thank you for helping the three of us, Hilburn. You are welcome at the Fernbreak Cot any time. And sure enough, I get the painting of Mithathel that I can put on my wall. And I'm done with the quests here in the angle. That's it, folks. There's nothing more in the angle. Instead, I need to speak to Gloin for the Misty Mountains quest and for the Epic quests. Everything else is either under level or stuff we'll do some other time, like skirmish and hunter quests. So let us port our way over there, and then we're going to call it a day. For those of you who are patrons of today's Tolkien Times, I do have May's Discord hangout happening at 3 o'clock Pacific time here in about 15 minutes. So let's port all the way over to the Misty Mountains. We've got a deed bestowed. Ruins of the Misty Mountains. Find Glowin's camp. I should probably make this my milestone now instead of Tornhad. I should probably go grab the stable master before I forget. And let's go ahead and do this one. There's much to do here, my friend. I'm glad you're here. There is much to do here, friend. I'm glad you're here to aid our cause. Deed bestowed, peril of the Misty Mountains.
On Nazgul, one of the 9 ringwraiths they spoke of at the Council of Elrond. I have not forgotten the honeyed words conveyed through one of those riders to us back at the Lonely Mountain. Such poison. They wished us to betray old Bilbo Baggins to Mordor. I'll help you as best I can, although Dain did task me with another matter. I can share some information, though. So you say that Elrond mentioned goblins in his direction to come here? It doesn't surprise me. I ran into some troublesome goblins up here when I crossed the Misty Mountains in Thorin's great quest. That time we were sorely beset by goblins. Now it does seem the foul things are even more stirred up lately, and perhaps your rider is the cause. One of the scouts here reported them moving far from their holes, far to the east, and heard them chanting, Gurzmat. Their leader, no doubt. Aye, that's what needs to be done. Slay this Gurzmat, and the goblins will be in such a disarray they won't present a problem to anyone. And maybe you'll find the trail of this rider you seek. Seek out the goblin fighters to the north and east along the Pinnath Fenui, and you'll likely find Gurzmat holed up deep in one of the camps. I wish I could help you more, but as I said, there's a more pressing task from Dain that I must give my attention to.
All right. So, good spot to stop. Here we are in the map. We're in at Glowin's camp, just outside of Rivendell. So if we go up Rivendell through the pass, we end up here. But the 2 goblin camps he's mentioned are all the way over here in the Eastern Bruinen Source. So I'll have to fight my way through these regions. You can see there's not a lot of places to stop. There's not a lot of civilization. This is very much a hostile area. Should be a lot of fun, but we'll be doing that in another time. Moria itself is not the Misty Mountains area, believe it or not. It's underneath. So Misty Mountains, here, right, north of Rivendell. So if we show map, so Eriador, so Moria, on the other hand, all right, so there's Misty Mountains. And then from the Misty Mountains, you can go to the Vales of Anduin. Okay. Or back to the Misty Mountains. You don't go to Moria through here. You go to Moria through Eregion, and you end up in Moria. And Moria is a place we'll go eventually in the epic. It's quite something. I promise you, this is not the only level. It is so much more complicated than this map makes you think it is. So we will wrap this up. Felt sad about the painting, but extremely amused by the exchange. I'm just glad I get to put the painting in my house. Right here, the painting of Mithathel. So that will be on my walls at some point. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and turn that off and then switch back to the stream itself to say farewell to everyone. Turn off that other camera, and there we go. All right, let me turn the overlay on to wrap up the last couple of minutes. Thank you for the timer nudges. I think the fact that my clock said it was 10 minutes till reminded me too, but you know, I can't give you too much credit, Katie. All right, I should, but yeah. That was a lot of fun, and I thank you all for joining me today. And thank you for being patient with me as I deal with some of the pain. I'm pleased to say it didn't really have much of an impact on my ability to do some of the fun voices, so that was enjoyable. Though I'm going to have a lot more water if I'm going to start doing the dwarves. Oh man. So next stream should be this coming Tuesday evening. I suppose there's a chance, since my follow-up with the dentist is Monday morning, that I may be like, I don't know, have my jaw wired shut. Who knows what's going to happen? But if that's the case, obviously I'll let y'all know as soon as possible. Otherwise, I expect that I'll be back on Tuesday evening and ready to go and back to our twice weekly schedule. Just a heads up that twice weekly will probably change a little bit in mid-June, just with some family travel and possibly Mythmoot. There may be some missed ones there in the middle of June, but other than that, we should be good to go for a few weeks. And I will see you all on Tuesday. And those of you in the TTT Patreon, I will see you in the Hangout in just 10 minutes. Thanks again, everybody. Good to see you all, and we'll catch you next time.